How should you modify your strength training when stress goes through the roof? Watch this.
Our first caller is Sherry from Illinois.
Hi, Sherry. How can we help you?
Hi. I submitted a question asking about postmenopausal symptoms and being able to get the same results as I did premenopausally in the gym. I have been through menopause now for about 4-ish years, not seeing the same results besides the night sweats and the hot flashes and all the other wonderful things that come with menopause. You just don't get the muscle building that you get before. You get the belly fat that's hard to get rid of, the brain fog. I do work out every day. I love to lift. 4 years ago, I actually did my very first swimsuit competition at 52 years old.
Wow.
And would
right.
love to be able to get to that again next year, but it's just been a struggle.
Okay. This is a good question, Sherry. Now I'm looking at the question that you posted. And so do you mind if I talk a little bit more about what you sent in just for context?
Yes, please do.
Okay. So you are on HRT. So you are on some hormone replacement therapy, which is going to bring hormones back or generally try to get close to where they were pre-menopause. That's the idea. You also wrote in there that you're going through some personal challenges, some real stressful events, divorce, and also aging parents with health issues. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because there's two. If you look at big life changes in people, generally what you see is right around mid-30s, 40. You see they're having kids, sometimes early 30s, but right now it looks like mid-30s. People starting to have kids, they're getting married. That's challenging, buy their first house. Then you get into the 50s and then aging parents. A lot of people don't know just how stressful and challenging that it is to take care of parents that are aging. I watched my parents go through it with my grandfather, both my grandparents on my dad's side. It's a lot of challenges, and then you throw divorce on top of it. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because there's a lot of things that happen all at once, and we tend to conflate them all into, well, this must be the fact that I'm over 30. That's what people will say. Or this must be because I'm now post-menopausal. But the reality is all these things are playing a big role. We don't quite know which one's playing the biggest role. The fact that you're on HRT, I would say that the post-menopause hormone changes, now it's not going to be completely negated with the HRT. You can't completely mimic natural hormones, but a lot of that is going to get mitigated through hormone therapy. I would say that a lot of what you're feeling in terms of your body not responding like it used to probably has more to do with the life stresses than it does to the hormone changes that you would experience with menopause. Okay, so that being said, how do we approach training? How do we approach diet? You're going to have to compensate for the added stress by modifying your training program. I don't think training the way you did before without these added stresses is going to be a good idea, because I'm going to guess, especially because you competed, that you probably trained close to the limit anyway. I mean, you competed at a high level at 52 years old. I'm looking at you now. I can't see all of you, but you look fit. You look energized. You look really good. So you probably were already kind of pushing the limits, but now you add on top of that two of the most stressful things that people will go through in their lives. You can't change those two things. I mean, Doug's going through your Instagram. You look phenomenal.
Yeah.
You can't train the way you did without those stresses and expect your body to be able to recover and adapt like it did before. Now, you can expect to maintain a really good level of fitness and to even do really well, but you're going to have to modify your training. You can't train as hard or as long. But because you went into it so fit, I don't think you're going to suffer from like this huge backslide. You know, the body maintains muscle and strength very well when you've already built it. It's like, you know, the data shows like 1/4 to 1/9 of the volume of training, with all things being equal, is required to keep what you built, which is, which is exceptional. So somebody who works out 5 days a week, 6 days a week, they back down to 2 days a week, would probably lose no strength and no muscle. And they wouldn't progress, but they wouldn't lose any. So what that
Okay.
what that demonstrates is with someone like yourself, and you wrote in here about the supplements that you take, and it looks like you have a good idea with what your diet is. You mentioned and you're not sure if you're getting 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. That'd be a good thing to aim for. But I would say reduce the intensity and reduce the volume of your training until you get through this challenging time. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you're just going to be spinning your tires in the dirt, and you're not just going to not maintain. You're probably going to go backwards because that's a lot. That's a lot on you to have all at the same time.
Any idea where the calorie intake is right now?
I try to stick when I'm lifting heavier. I try to stick around 15 to 1600 a day.
And then what about on the other days? What's when you toggle back and forth? So 15 to 1600, and then do you go down?
I typically try to go down. Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely I would reduce the amount of training volume down to 3-day a week type of a program, like a MAPS anabolic type of program, a symmetry program would be great. And then make sure that you're getting at least 1600 plus calories plus hitting your gram of protein. Like those things are going to, we want to, and this would be a good time for you to kind of reverse diet. Ideally, I'd want to slowly increase your calories and get you closer to 2000 plus. I definitely wouldn't want to cut and add any more stress on all the stress that you're balancing out right now. It sounds like I think you're doing too much right now. You're working against the body, and I think scaling back is going to serve you much better.
Yeah.
What did your training look like specifically?
When I did currently, or when I
Currently,
was trained.
Uh-huh.
Currently, I try to weight lift at least 4 days a week. A push day, a pull day, do some ab days, and then a cardio day. I like to bike sometimes after work or take a walk as well. So I'm getting movement 5 to 6 days a week and lifting at least 3 to 4 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't underestimate the impact that stress can have on the body, especially the type. If you look at the data on the most stressful things that the typical person will go through, you're doing 2 of them at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot that's happening right now, and that will massively impact your body's ability to recover and adapt to any kind of stress. So even if you're training now compared to what you were doing maybe when you were competing, and you look at it, you're like, yeah, it's not that bad. I remember I used to train so hard and push myself. Like your body's already going through a lot. I think scaling down more would be better. I think 3 days a week of strength
finding
training.
that right dose is going to be crucial.
Yeah.
So reducing it down, but then I guess maybe taking like one of those workouts out, and see how you respond to that. Because I was a little bit leaning towards like a MAPS 15 maybe is like a maybe like reduce the actual overall time length you're doing.
I'm for that too. I like that.
Yeah, and just because of like Sal's point of so much stress and like really like managing that appropriately, just to give you enough of a stimulus, so we're responding with our muscles, but at the same time we're not overwhelming your body with more of this kind of a stress.
MAPS 15 with a nice walk afterwards and increasing the calories would be a beautiful place to be.
What you'll notice, Sherry, when you do that is you'll just start to feel better. You'll just start to feel a little more energy, feel good,
stronger.
You want it to charge you.
Not too many changes physically, but then slowly you'll start to see your body kind of progress a little bit, and you'll be like, wow, this is kind of weird. Like my body's actually progressing and I'm doing less. If you want to add anything, if you like to do things, that are health and fitness related, there are things you can do that are more recuperative on the body. Things like yin yoga or slow yoga type of courses. They're not, or mobility work. It's not going to beat you up or make you sweat. I know you're laughing because you're probably. Go ahead.
I'm in training to become a yoga instructor on top of everything.
Perfect.
Oh, great.
Oh God! So you know exactly what yin yoga is, and that the restorative forms of yoga. If you want to keep working out every day, that often, and you're taking away strength training, like a nice slow inward, type of class, like a yoga type of practice, that would actually. What you're going to do, think of you have a bucket and you fill it with stress. And once it overflows, that's it. Doesn't matter what you do. It's just going to be damaging. Well, the right kind of rejuvenating type of activity or practices makes the bucket larger. So now you can have, like, it's like, it's like when I get home, I have 2 little kids, right? So I'll get home and my wife, she wants to pull her hair out. And so she'll leave for 45 minutes to an hour and do something, anything, grocery shop, whatever. She comes back like a totally new person with that little break. It's like she made the bucket larger, right? So I think that would be a good thing. And since you're learning how to do this, this will be the perfect time to apply. Now, don't do power yoga. Don't do like the kind. Yeah, do the kind where that is like restorative. That in combination with like a MAPS 15 advanced, I think would be great. And I think it would really keep you in a nice, healthy place. And then when you get through these difficult, challenging times, then you can start to ramp things back up.
I do want to creep your calories up though. Okay. I want to hammer that home. I think you can, your body can support some more calories than what you're eating right now. And then making that goal of hitting that protein intake every day. Between that and the advice we gave with MAPS 15, yoga and walking, I think it's going to put you in a really good place.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 15 as in 15 minutes?
Yeah. It'll take about 20 because Sal's saying do the advanced version. The advanced version is about 20. But here's the thing, 20 minutes of lifting, do some either mobility or go for a walk or yoga. So you'll still get an hour of exercise.
And it's 6 days a week, by the way.
But you've got, 6 days a week lifting. So 6 days you're actually lifting weights, but it's only for about 20 minutes. And now you're spending more time on inward and recuperative stuff, mobility, yoga, walking. So 20 minutes of good lifting, 6 days a week, and then complement that with the restorative stuff, with a bump in a little bit of calories and hitting that protein intake, and watch how your body responds.
Yeah, and I mean, Doug's pulling up your Instagram. I don't know if that's your Instagram or your social media. You look amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thanks, guys.
Yeah, you look phenomenal, but you can't redline. You can't redline all the time. And with people like you, I love it when people like you take our advice, because they're always surprised that not only do they not get out of shape, oftentimes what happens is their body starts to respond again.
They improve.
Yeah, they're actually like, wow, this is interesting. I'm getting results, and I'm doing less. And it's just because you're not overwhelming your body with too much stress.
Well, I love the show. I listen and get snippets of wisdom from you guys all the time. So I appreciate the input 100%.
Awesome.
It'll be hard for me to scale back because that's the kind of person I am. But
I know.
I will take your advice. Yeah. Cross my heart.
Awesome. And you found us through Shalene, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool.
Yeah. Doug's going to send MAPS 15 over to you, Sherry. Keep us posted.
I will. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Take care.
I mean, do you guys remember? I mean, I've brought this up so many times. I distinctly remember when my body was under so much stress.
Yeah.
That it's like, I remember I'd work out and I'd be like, I did nothing and my body can't handle this. And it was so hard for me to get through my own head. Like, because
normally I could do this easy.
Yeah, like this would be nothing. What am I just did 20 minutes?
It's like baffling.
I know.
Yeah,
but it's crazy.
Really adds up, man.
Well, that'll be the hardest part. Again, is the mental hurdle to get through that, especially if she came off of just competing not that long ago. So you have this mentality, which most competitors have, of more is better,
and ignoring the pain.
Yes, right. Work through it like crazy. I mean, I also think she's gonna. It's gonna be important she gets her calories up. I mean, she was saying that she was eating 1,500-1,600 on a heavy day, and then on a low day she was reducing that.
Reducing it.
So with the amount of activity and strength training she's doing, she definitely needs to get the calories up there and make sure she's hitting that 1 gram of protein.